Welcome to another episode of Techno Dialogue. I'm Charlie, and with me is Victoria.
Today we're diving into a fascinating and crucial topic: AI in education. Is it revolutionizing learning or threatening critical thinking?
This is such an important question, Victoria. AI is rapidly entering classrooms around the world, and it's changing the face of education as we know it.
Absolutely, Charlie. Before we dive into the pros and cons, let's start by looking at how AI is currently being used in educational settings.
Great idea. One major application is personalized learning. AI can adapt to each student's pace and style of learning.
That's right. For example, there are AI-powered tutoring systems that can provide one-on-one assistance to students 24/7.
These systems can identify areas where a student is struggling and provide targeted exercises to help them improve.
And it's not just about academic subjects. AI is also being used to teach soft skills like communication and problem solving.
That's fascinating. Can you give an example of how AI teaches these soft skills?
Sure. There are AI-powered simulations that put students in virtual scenarios where they have to navigate complex social situations or solve real-world problems.
That sounds incredibly engaging. It's almost like learning through a video game.
Exactly. And this gamification of learning can make education more enjoyable and effective for many students.
Let's not forget about the administrative side. AI is helping teachers with grading and curriculum planning, freeing up more time for actual teaching.
That's a great point. AI can quickly grade multiple-choice tests and even provide initial assessments of essays, giving teachers a head start on grading.
It can also analyze student performance data to help teachers identify trends and adjust their teaching strategies accordingly.
Those all sound like significant benefit. But I'm sure there are concerns as well. What are some of the potential drawbacks of AI in education?
One major concern is the potential loss of human interaction. Learning isn't just about absorbing information, it's also about social and emotional development.
That's a valid point. There's a worry that too much reliance on AI could lead to a lack of social skills or empathy in students.
Exactly. And then there's the question of data privacy. These AI systems collect a lot of data about students' learning patterns and behaviors.
That's true. There are concerns about how this data might be used, both now and in the future. Could it be sold to advertisers or used to profile students?
Those are important questions. There's also the risk of bias in AI algorithms, which could disadvantage certain groups of students.
Can you elaborate on that? How might AI bias manifest in an educational setting?
Well, the AI is trained on data that's not diverse enough. It might not work as well for students from underrepresented groups.
Or it might perpetuate existing biases in the education system. For example, it might recommend different career paths to students based on gender or race.
That's concerning. It seems like we need to be very careful about how these AI systems are developed and implemented.
Absolutely. Now let's dig deeper into the impact on critical thinking. Some argue that AI could actually hinder the development of these skills. What are your thoughts?
It's a complex issue. On one hand, AI can provide instant answers, which might discourage students from thinking deeply about problems.
That's true. There's a risk that students might become too reliant on AI and not develop their own problem-solving skills.
On the other hand, if used correctly, AI could free up time for more in-depth discussions and analysis in the classroom.
That's a good point. It really depends on how it's implemented. AI should be a tool to enhance critical thinking, not replace it.
Agreed. For example, AI could present students with challenging scenarios that require complex problem-solving skills.
Or it could analyze a student's work and prompt them with thought-provoking questions to deepen their understanding.
Those are great examples. It sounds like the key is to use AI to stimulate thinking rather than to provide ready-made answers.
Exactly. AI could be particularly useful for teaching subjects that require a lot of practice, mathematics or language learning.
How so? Can you give an example?
Well, in language learning, AI can provide endless opportunities for conversation practice, correcting pronunciation and grammar in real time.
And in math, AI can generate an unlimited number of practice problems, each tailored to the student's current level of understanding.
That sounds incredibly useful. It's like having a patient tutor available at all times.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the future. How do you see AI shaping education in the coming years?
I think we'll see more adaptive learning environments. Imagine classrooms that can change based on students' emotional states and learning needs.
That's fascinating. How might that work in practice?
Well, sensors could detect signs of frustration or boredom in students and adjust the lesson accordingly. The lighting or temperature of the room might even change to optimize focus.
That's incredible. We might also see AI-powered virtual reality experiences that make learning more immersive and engaging.
Absolutely. Imagine studying history by virtually walking through ancient Rome, or learning about biology by taking a tour through a human cell.
Possibilities are truly exciting. AI could also help bridge educational gaps globally, providing quality education in areas with teacher shortages.
That's a crucial point. AI could democratize access to education, breaking down geographical and economic barriers.
But with these advancements, we'll need to be vigilant about maintaining the human element in education.
Definitely. Teachers will need to adapt their roles, becoming more like facilitators and mentors, rather than just information providers.
That's a good point. It's not about replacing teachers, but augmenting their capabilities.
Exactly. Now let's discuss the ethical considerations. How do we ensure AI in education is used responsibly?
Transparency is key. Schools and edtech companies need to be clear about how they're using AI and what data they're collecting.
And there needs to be robust privacy protections in place to safeguard student data.
We should also consider the digital divide. How do we ensure AI doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities in education?
That's crucial. There needs to be a concerted effort to provide AI-enhanced education to underprivileged communities.
And we should be training teachers on how to effectively integrate AI into their teaching methods.
Absolutely. Teacher training will be vital in ensuring AI is used to enhance, not replace, human instruction.
Looking ahead, do you think AI will fundamentally change what we teach, not just how we teach?
That's an intriguing question. With AI handling more routine tasks, we might see a greater emphasis on uniquely human skills.
Like creativity, emotional intelligence, and complex problem solving?
Exactly. These are areas where humans still have a significant edge over AI.
We might also see more focus on teaching students how to work alongside AI effectively.
That's a great point. AI literacy could become as important as digital literacy is today.
Absolutely. Students will need to understand both the capabilities and limitations of AI to use it effectively.
And let's not forget about the importance of teaching ethics alongside AI. Students need to understand the ethical implications of these technologies.
That's crucial. As AI becomes more prevalent in society, we'll need citizens who can think critically about its use and impact.
Exactly. Now let's consider the global perspective. How might AI in education differ across various countries and cultures?
That's an important consideration. Different countries might have different priorities and concerns when it comes to AI in education.
For example, some countries might focus on using AI to improve test scores, while others might prioritize creativity and innovation.
And cultural attitudes towards AI and technology in general could influence how it's integrated into education systems.
Absolutely. There's also the question of language. Most AI systems are developed in English. How do we ensure they work well for non-English speakers?
That's a critical point. We need to ensure that AI in education doesn't further entrench the dominance of certain languages and cultures.
As we wrap up, what would you say are the key takeaways for our viewers?
I'd say the main point is that AI in education is a powerful tool, but it needs to be implemented thoughtfully and ethically.
Agreed. It has the potential to personalize learning and free up time for more meaningful interactions. But we must be careful not to lose the human touch in education.
And it's crucial that we use AI to enhance critical thinking skills, not replace them.
Absolutely. The future of education with AI looks promising, but it will require ongoing dialogue and careful consideration.
Thank you for joining us for this fascinating discussion. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Victoria. Until next time, keep questioning and keep learning in this AI-driven world.